Good morning, Wilmington. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. My name is Bob Gruber, and I'm publisher of Star News Media. On behalf of the Wilmington 275th Anniversary Committee, and of course the true guest of honor, the citizens of Wilmington, I welcome you to our 275th anniversary celebration. To begin today's celebration, the New Hanover High School JROTC Color Guard will present the colors, and Krista Faison will perform the national anthem on violin. Krista is a teacher at Snipes Academy and a performer with the Wilmington Symphony. Krista is a graduate of Wilmington Christian Academy and UNCW. Now the presentation of the colors. Thank you for a wonderful and moving performance, Krista. I want to take this opportunity to recognize some of our elected officials and VIP in attendance this morning. Mayor Bill Saffel, Mayor of Wilmington, Mr. Sterling Cheatham, City Manager, City Council Member Kevin O'Grady and Margaret Haynes, past Mayor of Wilmington, Mr. Harper Peterson, the Chairman of our County Commissioners, Mr. Woody White, Commissioners Jonathan Barfield and Beth Dawson, from the United States Coast Guard, Sector Commander Captain Sean Murtaugh. The Coast Guard is graciously let us utilize this space today for today's event, so thank you very much for that. The Sheriff of New Hanover County, Ed McMahon. Max Allen, Chief of Staff and Executive Assistant to the President of UNCW. And Dr. Ted Spring, President of Cape Fear Community College. And Rhonda Bellamy, head of the Arts Council of Wilmington and New Hanover County, and coordinator of our 275th anniversary plein air art show and sale. And finally, Mr. Robert D. Murtaugh, an ambassador of Wilmington. My apologies to any dignitaries that were missed today. Please give these officials a round of applause for their attendance today. I would like now to invite Mayor Saffel to the stage to give us a welcome address from the city.
Well, good morning, Wilmington, and happy birthday, 275 years strong. On behalf of the entire Wilmington City Council, we bring you greetings. We also, on this very historic day in the history of this city, we have to look back and just to think of where we have come from. I mean, this was a city that was born here on the Cape Fear River, on the banks of the Cape Fear River. It has survived pirate attacks. It has survived a revolution. It has survived the Civil War. plagues, influenza, everything that has gone on in the history of this great city. And we are here today, 275 years later, strong and thriving and continuing to grow as a community. And I will tell you that I believe that we have one of the great cities in America here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I know that because as a person that was born and raised here, I always knew how beautiful this area was and how beautiful this city was. But for all of those that have come here, that have moved here from all over the country, and some cases all over the world, they realize very quickly what a beautiful thing that we have here in Wilmington, North Carolina. So on behalf of all of the citizens of this great city, happy birthday. And I would also like to ask my Mayor Pro Tem Margaret Haynes and Kevin O'Grady to also just say a few words, because we're the ones that have been empowered to take care of this city for the short duration of time that you give us. So we thank you for that. Mayor Pro Tem?
Well, there's not much to say to follow up to that, but I tell you, when you stand here and you look out, I'm a North Carolina gal, born, raised, educated, and I am so happy. Look how lucky we are. So happy birthday, Wilmington. This is a great place. We love living here. Thanks for contributing to your community, and thanks very much to the Star News for putting on this birthday celebration.
First I'll stand on my toes. I'll just bolster what the mayor just said. I'm one of those people that came here from somewhere else, my wife and I, and we've lived in New York. My wife lived in Minneapolis. I lived in Kentucky. I lived in Asia, Washington, D.C. But let me tell you, this is the best place we've ever lived. And we love it here. Happy birthday.
Now I'd like to welcome to the stage the head of the County Commissioners, Mr. Woody White.
Harper Peterson, is he here? Where is he? Somebody said Harper Peterson. Well, I hadn't seen Harper for a long time. Wanted to say hello to him. Folks, good morning. On behalf of my fellow Board of Commissioners, Vice Chairman Beth Dawson, who's here with us today, Jonathan Barfield, and Tom Wolf, I bring you greetings on behalf of the 217,000 citizens of New Hanover County. I'd like for you to picture this area in the early 1730s, about 4 blocks from where you're standing right now, where the headwaters of Jacob's Run. It's the ravine that runs between our 2 courthouses. And it marks the headwaters of the creek that emptied into the Cape Fear at Dock Street. It's the earliest known gathering place, Max, of the citizens that gathered here in pre-colonial times. It's where they had access to fresh water, where they first met to make decisions that influenced us even today. They established the basic building blocks of the city we celebrate today. After New Hanover County was chartered in 1729, Wilmington was its first municipality in 1739. Imagine the party that ensued, Ricky. You've been to a few parties, right? Imagine the party that ensued when the first city residents gathered and began implementing their plans for water projects and parks and planning, fire protection, elections, commerce, festivals, all of these things that contribute to city growth, life, and culture. They began unfolding in earnest. And every person of every race and every neighborhood from that first period and at each memorable time since all made their own individual contributions to this wonderful city. Many we know of and we celebrate in our history. Most we don't know of and we never will. But they are all with us this morning. The lives they led, the lives that we lead, the stories they lived, the stories that we live are all part of our city DNA and our community. 275 years ago, as the surveyors and early inhabitants were right here on Water Street, preparing the layout of our roads and this wonderful city, laying the foundation for Wilmington, few, if any, envisioned the beacon to the region, the state, and the world that it has become. Once the largest city in North Carolina, today it still enjoys the ranking as the state's best city. Best in place, best in the quality of its people, and best in the brightness of its future. It's indeed a humbling honor for me to be here with you today, with my wife Tammy and our 2 children and their friends. And I want to wish the city of Wilmington a very happy birthday. You look great. Thank you all very much. And now Vice Chairman Beth Dawson just to say hello to you. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. What a gorgeous morning here to celebrate a birthday of a city that we all love and cherish, the most gorgeous riverfront, who is in first place on the rankings. If you haven't been online to vote for our most wonderful riverfront, please do that. As an 11th generation North Carolinian, I have roots in southeastern North Carolina and here in New Hanover County that go back 11 generations. It means a tremendous amount to be here to celebrate the 275th anniversary of our beautiful city. How wonderful it is to have the opportunity to serve each and every one of you all. Thank you all for what you do for the community, and happy birthday, Wilmington.
Good morning, Wilmington. Good morning, Wilmington. What a great day to be in the city of Wilmington and the county of New Hanover. It is awesome to live in this great place. We are indeed the beacon, the lighthouse, everything that everyone wants to be about is right here in Wilmington, North Carolina. To the great citizens here, I applaud you for doing an outstanding job here and making this place the place where everybody wants to move. I'm a realtor, and I have so many folks from New York, from Ohio, from Massachusetts, from Maine, wanting to be right here where you all are right now. 75, 80 degrees, it is awesome. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, as you can see, we have a rather large anniversary card. So let me tell you the story behind that card. First thing we're going to do is ask the mayor and the Commissioner White to be the first 2 to sign that card. We are going for a world's record here in Wilmington. There's more panels to this card than what you're seeing. That card is going to travel throughout several locations between now and the end of the year, and then it's going to be submitted to the Guinness Book of World's Record for consideration as the world's largest anniversary card with the most amount of signatures made. And right now, nobody holds that record. So unless they turn us down, Mayor, you can go for it and just have one on there and we'd be pretty safe. But that's not what we want. We want everybody here in attendance to please sign this card. It's going to move off the stage after these folks sign it first. And then it's going to be located down here. And please, everybody put their signature. And as I said, it's going to travel throughout the marketplace between now and the end of the year. And what we hope to do is gather several thousand signatures on this card. And then we have a bit of an oversized anniversary cupcake down there that Mayor Saffo had asked you to blow out the candles on that after this. And throughout the area, there's 275 cupcakes that are free to, and believe me, I've seen a couple of young folks sitting here eyeing that table, so I really need to open up those tables of free cupcakes here pretty soon. So, take it away, Mayor Saffos. Start us off.
Thanks for making me a part of this.
I'm working this thing, man. By any means necessary.
And I want to give a special thanks to Amy Mangus and Adrian Garwood of the Cape Fear Museum for the construction and the housing of the card after this event is over, and Alpha Graphics for the supplying of the materials. I need to take a moment to, thank you, to also thank our presenting sponsors that help us put this on. The City of Wilmington, of course, New Hanover County, Star News Media, the Arts Council of Wilmington and New Hanover County, the New Hanover County Regional Medical Center, Corning, Reed's Jewelers, Cape Fear Community College, and Duke Energy. What an incredible group of organizations that not only for many, many years have employed many of us, but also have been a part of this city's legacy for decades now. There's one more group of folks I really need to thank, and that's the planning committee that helped bring this together. From the City of Wilmington, Marion Doherty, Angela Faison, R.T. Jones, Melissa Talbert. From the Arts Council, of course, Rhonda Bellamy. From the County of New Hanover, Mark Boyer. And from Star News Media, Jason Dillon, Pam Sanders, Lori Harris, Sherry Rich, Jeff Heideck, and Anita Thomas. That was the planning committee that we came together 5 months ago now is when this all started, and we've been meeting on a weekly basis to pull this together. So thank you to all those folks. A couple of things that we've got going on. There are free historic walking tours throughout the city. They'll be leaving at 10, 11, and 12:30 from the back there. A special thanks to George Edwards, Executive Director of the Historic Wilmington Foundation, for coordinating these tours. We have special commemorative editions of the 275 anniversary section that was put out this past week over at the Star News booth. That's a great way to learn more about our city's history. Dramtree Shakespeare Performing Group will be putting performances on towards the back end of this parking lot. Special thank you to Tamara Mercer for coordinating that. Now I'm going to ask Rhonda Bellamy to come up for a few minutes, speak about our plein air art show, and then we'll be moving some of this off the stage, and we will have our first musical performance going on. Thank you very much, folks.
Good morning, Wilmington. Well, I'm a native of New York, but my mother and father were both born and raised right here in our beloved city. And so I'm happy to stand here 50-something years later in their stead and say what a great community that birthed and nurtured my parents, that has birthed and nurtured my children, and now even my grandchildren. This is just a wonderful thing. You know, I've been praying. I've been on my knees all week waiting for sunshine. Yeah, finally went through. But this has just been a wonderful, wonderful experience. It's the first time that the Arts Council has undertaken a plein air, and it's something that we hope to do every year from here on out. We have 56 artists who braved that dreary weather to create some really artistic renditions of this wonderful historical and cultural landscape that we call home. And we have some really, really great works. All of the works are for sale, and the purchases can be made at the Arts Council tent right here, the white tent right out front. And so we hope that you would support those who came out to really show our city in its best light. I'd also like to thank our juror who is with us now. John Bierman is a painter whose work has been exhibited nationally and internationally. He attended the Skowhegan School of Painting and Sculpture, and he earned a BFA from the Rhode Island School of Design. He's received numerous awards and fellowships. His work is represented in many museums, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston, and the Whitney Museum of American Art in New York. He's completed several commissions, including a mural in the Craft Steak Restaurant at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and recently an 85-foot mural in the IMP designed Milstein Family Heart Center in New York Presbyterian Hospital in New York City. He now lives in Hillsborough and was so gracious to be able to join us today as the juror. John Bierman. As you know, the winner of this plein air, there are 3 prizes, $1,000 going to the best artist, $500 to second place, and $250 third place. I'd also like to say that we have a full lineup of entertainment through 2 o'clock. We're going to start very shortly with a local favorite, Stray Local. Yeah, got some Stray Local fans here. A unique blend of Americana and other styles, just kind of fused. It works, it just works. At 11 o'clock, we'll have the Keith Butler Trio. They are jazz. At 12 o'clock, we've got a split hour. We have Nicole Thompson coming on at 12. We have LJ Johnson, who is also coordinating all of our sound today, coming on at 12:30. And then we're going to close out the afternoon with the Clams. Yeah. And so a wonderful, wonderful lineup. We hope that you'll stay. Again, the weather is cooperating. We've got people, is that yoga happening on the Riverwalk? You just never know what you're going to find in Wilmington. It is one of the randomest cities, but I love it, love it, love it. Please enjoy the rest of the celebration. Thank you for coming.
Before we turn it over to the music, there's one more really cool thing that's happening as we move through the month of October, tied to the 275th. And I just wanted to read this out. As part of the City of Wilmington's 275th anniversary celebration, representatives of the Cape Fear Garden Club, UNCW, the Wilmington Tree Commission, and the 275th Anniversary Committee, we're planting 275 native flowering ornamental trees along the Cross City Trail on the campus of UNCW. The public is invited to the opening ceremony, where 5 of the larger trees will be planted on Tuesday, October 21st at 10 a.m. behind UNCW near the corner of Rose and Regal Avenues, when the mayor and chancellor will be present. The remainder of the trees are going to be planted in January when it's more conducive weather to tree planting. But I just thought that was a really neat concept, and I applaud UNCW, the Garden Club, and the Wilmington Tree Commission for doing that and tying it to this event. So thank you very much to that. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Mama Rock's Dessert for giving us 275 free cupcakes. So please eat them.